Hi, ardent fans and constructive critics, I presume you and your beloved ones are hale and healthy. It is activist come preacher Professor S. Suresh back with sheer delight for my 70th video 70 in process for publication on YouTube today, 26th of August 2020. Topic for discussion today is teamwork, the most important soft skill for success in career. A team is a group of individuals working, human or non-human, working to achieve some common goals. According to School of Management, a team is a group of people who are interdependent with respect to information, resources, knowledge and skills, and who seek to combine their efforts to achieve a common goal. A group does not necessarily constitute a team. Teams normally have members with complementary skills and generates synergy through coordinated effort, which allows each member to maximize their strengths and minimize their weaknesses. Naresh Jain claims team members need to learn how to help one another, help other team members realize their true potential, and create an environment that allows everyone to go beyond the limitations. English speakers commonly use the word team in today's society to characterize any types of groups. Many types of groups. Peter Guy, Northhouse book Leadership Theory and Practice discusses teams from leadership perspective. According to the team approach to leadership, a team is a type of organizational group of people that are members. A team is composed of members who are dependent on each other, work towards interchangeable achievements and share common attainments. A team works as a whole together to achieve certain things. A team is usually located in the same setting as it is normally connected to a kind of organization, company or community. Teams can meet in person or virtually when practicing their values and activities or duties. A team's communication is significantly important to the relationship. Ergo, communication is frequent and persistent as well as the meetings. The definition of team as an organized group is not completely set in stone, as organizations are confronted a myriad of new forms of contemporary collaborations. Teams usually have strong organizational structured platforms and respond quickly and efficiently to challenges as they have skills and the capability to do so. An effective organizational team leads to greater productivity, more effective implementation of resources, better decisions and problem solving, better quality products, service, and greater innovation and originality. A team becomes more than just a collection of people when a strong sense of mutual commitment creates synergy, thus generating performance greater than the sum of the performance of its individual members. Synergistic effect. Although the concept of a team is relatively simple, social scientists have identified many types of teams. In general, teams either act as information process or take on a more active role in the task and actually perform activities. Common categories and subtypes of teams include by subject: action teams, advisory teams, command teams, executive teams, project teams, sports teams, virtual teams, work teams, interdependent and dependent. Interdependent teams. A rugby team provides a clear example of an interdependent team. No significant task can be accomplished without the help and cooperation of every member within the team. Members typically specialize in different tasks. No rugby player, no matter how talented, has ever won a game by playing alone. Interdependent teams. A track and field team is a classic example of independent team. A track and field team is a classic example of an independent team. Races are run or points are scored by individuals or by partners. Every person in a given job performs basically the same actions. However, one player performs has no direct effect on the performance of the next player. If all team members each perform the same basic task, such as students working problems in a math subject or outside sales employees making phone calls, then it is likely that this team is an independent team. They may be able to help each other, perhaps by offering advice or practice time, by providing moral support, or by helping in the background during a busy time, but each individual success is primarily due to each individual's own effort. Runners do not win their own races merely because the rest of the teammates did, and math students do not pass tests merely because their neighbors know how to solve equations. Coaching an independent team, like a football team, necessarily requires a different approach from coaching an independent team like a gymnastics team, because the costs and benefits to individual team members and therefore the intrinsic incentives for positive team behaviors differ markedly. An interdependent team benefits from members getting to know the other team members socially, from developing trust in each other, and from conquering artificial collective challenges. Interdependent teams respond well to collective rewards, and independent teams perform better with individual rewards. Hybrid teams and hybrid rewards, which try to combine characteristics of both, are sometimes created in the hope of getting the best of both types. However, instead they tend to produce the negative features of each and none of the benefits, and consequently underperform. Multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary teams in areas of work, of study, such as in the medical field, may be multidisciplinary or interdisciplinary. Multidisciplinary teams involve several professionals who independently treat various issues a patient may have, focusing on the issues in which they specialize. The problems that are being treated may or may not relate to the other issues being addressed by individual team members. The interdisciplinary team approach involves all members of the team working multidisciplinary teams involve several professionals who independently treat various issues a patient may have, focusing on the issues in which they specialize. The problems that are being treated may or may not relate to other issues being addressed by individual team members. The interdisciplinary team approach involves all members of the team working together towards the same goal. In the interdisciplinary team approach, members of the core team will often role blend, taking on tasks usually filled by people in different roles on the team. Common interdisciplinary team approach, popularized by IDEO, is the balanced team. IDEO represents the balanced team as a composition of three discrete factors: desirability, feasibility, and viability. Desirability, feasibility, and viability. These three factors are assumed through human design-oriented resources, technical-oriented resources, and business-oriented resources. Self-directing or self-designing teams. These types of teams result in the highest potential for innovative work and motivation among its members. Team members determine the team's objectives and the means to achieve them. The management's only responsibility among self-directing teams is creating the team's organizational context. Self-directed teams offer the most potential for innovation, enhance goal commitment and motivation, and provide opportunity for organizational learning and change. Team size and team composition affect team process and team outcomes. The optimal size of teams is debated and will vary depending on the task at hand. At least one study of problem solving in groups showed an optimal size of groups at 4 members. Other works estimate the optimal size between 5 to 12 members, or a number of members that can consume 2 pizzas. I don't know how they average the 2 pizzas. There is a saying, too many cooks spoil the broth. So the team should not be too small, nor it should be too big. Team performance was a function of the number and type of roles team members played. The number of roles for optimal performance varied from 15 to 4. Regarding composition, all teams will have an element of homogeneity and heterogeneity. The more homogeneous the group, the more cohesive it will be. The more heterogeneous the group, the greater the differences in perspective and increased potential for creativity, and also the greater potential for conflict. Team members normally have different roles like team leader and agents. Large teams can divide into sub-teams according to the needs. Many teams go through a life cycle of stages identified by Bruce Tuckman as forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning. Team cognition has been defined as an emergent state that refers to the manner in which knowledge important to team functioning is organized, represented, and distributed with the team. When companies are in trouble, they often restructure into teams. However, putting people into teams does not solve the problems. If not done thoughtfully, this may even cause more problems. The formation of teams is most appropriate for tasks that are difficult, complex, and important. These types of tasks are often beyond the skills and abilities of any single individual. However, the formation of a team to complete such tasks does not guarantee success. Rather, the proper implementation of teams is positively related to both member satisfaction and increased effectiveness. Organizations which want to receive the benefits afforded by teams need to carefully consider how teams are built and implemented. Often teams are created without providing members any training to develop the skills necessary to perform well in a team setting. This is critical because teamwork can be cognitively and interpersonally demanding. Even when a team consists of talented individuals, these individuals must learn to coordinate their actions and develop functional interpersonal interactions. In the review of scientific literature, Kozlowski and Ilgen demonstrated that strict training can greatly benefit team effectiveness. Finally, teams are more likely to be successful when they are fully supported by the organization. Take, for example, New United Motor Manufacturing Incorporated. Originally, it was General Motors automotive manufacturing plant that had closed due to numerous issues, causing it to be worst performing GM plant, General Motors. NUMI, that is New United Motor Manufacturing Incorporated, was a collaborative creation of General Motors and Toyota. These two companies took most of the same workforce and created one of the most productive automotive plants producing high quality cars. They did this by implementing a new team structure where management of the company was more supportive of the union workforce. Groups develop into teams in 4 stages: dependency and inclusion, counter dependency and fighting, trust and structure, work. The team portion of team leadership is based on individuals and how each shares the work between one another. First, individuals must see that they are a team, not simply a group. Each member takes on a portion of the group's leadership and responsibility. Each member helps other members to see their strengths and how they complement each other. Second, the team sets result-driven goals. To achieve this, the designated leader guides a team-based decision-making process. The team clarifies or agrees on attainable goals. Additionally, they agree on steps to obtain them. Furthermore, the team determines if they need to take immediate action or if they can simply watch the situation for a period of time. Third, if the team decides to take an action, it may be something they change internally, such as clarifying their goals, receiving training, collaborating, or building commitment as a team. If not internally, this action can be something they will act on outside of the team, such as networking with others or negotiating for support. Lastly, the team's leader will contribute by finding ways to improve teamwork. This may be done through questionnaires given to the team. They can address any problems or seek avenues the team would like to see improved. The strength of the team is its continuous strive for improvement and openness for interventional assistance. Teamwork is a collaborative effort of a group to achieve a common goal or to complete a task the most effective and efficient way. This concept is seen within a greater framework of a team, which is a group of interdependent individuals who work together towards a common goal. Basic requirements for effective teamwork are an adequate team size. The context is important, and team sizes can vary depending upon the objective. As I mentioned before, your team must include at least 2 or more members, and most teams range in size from 2 to 100. 100 is to be. Sports teams generally have fixed sizes based upon set rules, and work teams may change in size depending upon the phase and the complexity of the objective. Teams need to be able to leverage resources to be productive and clearly define roles within the team in order for everyone to have a clear purpose. Teamwork is present in any context where a group of people are working together to achieve common goal. These contexts include the industrial organization, formal work teams, athletics, sports teams, a school, classmates working on a project, and the healthcare system, operating room teams, OT. In each of these settings, the level of teamwork and interdependence can vary from low to intermediate to high, depending on the amount of communication, interaction, and collaboration present between team members. Even though collaborative work among individuals is very prominent today, that was not the case over half a century ago. The shift from the typical assembly line to a more contemporary organizational models that contain increasing amounts of teamwork first came about during World War I and World War II in an effort for countries to unite their people. The movement towards teamwork was mostly due to Hawthorne studies, a set of studies conducted in the 1920s and 30s that highlighted the positive aspects of teamwork in an organizational setting. After organizations recognized the value of teamwork and the positive effects it had on the companies, the entire fields of work shifted from the typical assembly line to the contemporary high-performance organizational model. In addition to practical components required for efficient teamwork, there are certain characteristics that members of the team must have in order to produce effective teamwork. First, there must be a high level of interdependence among team members, a characteristic that stems from open communication and the increase of trust and risk-taking. Through interdependence come the group dynamics, which are the ways in which team members interact with each other. Healthy dynamics led to team members being more satisfied and therefore working more efficiently together, whereas unhealthy dynamics led to conflicts and consequently to unsatisfied team members. Due to this, an important characteristic of efficient teamwork is healthy conflict resolution, which comes along with the open communication. In order for efficient teamwork to exist, the team needs to have clear and attainable goals through which team members can feel accomplished and motivated. Finally, sharing leadership positions between team members enhances teamwork due to the feeling of shared responsibility and accountability. Team effectiveness and chemistry, people should like one another, may also be linked to personality types. Depending on personality types, teams may be more or less efficient. Basic team dynamics includes open communication to avoid conflicts, effective coordination to avoid confusion and the overstepping of boundaries, efficient cooperation to perform the tasks in a timely manner and produce the desired results, especially in the form of workload sharing. High levels of interdependence to maintain high levels of trust, risk-taking and performance. All these teamwork conditions led to the team turning in a finished product. A way to measure if the teamwork was effective, the organization must examine the quality of output, the process and the team members' experience. Specifically, the teamwork can be deemed efficient if the output met or exceeded the organization standard, if the process the team chose to take helped them to reach their goals, and if the members are reporting high levels of satisfaction with the team members as well as the process with the team followed. Specific teamwork processes have been identified fall into three categories. Transition process. These processes occur between periods of action. In this period, the team members can evaluate the overall performance of the team as well as on an individual level, give feedback to each other, make clarifications about the upcoming tasks, and make any changes that would improve the process of collaborating. Task analysis to goal specification, strategy formulation, result-oriented group. Action process. These processes take place when the team steps to accomplish its goals and objectives. In this stage, team members keep each other informed about the progress and the responsibilities while helping one another with a certain task. Feedback and collaborative work continues to exist at high levels throughout the process. Monitoring progress towards goals, system monitoring, team monitoring, and backup behavior coordination. Third one, interpersonal process. These processes are present in both action periods and transition periods. and occur between team members. This is a continuous process in which team members must communicate any thoughts and or feelings concerning either another team member or a manner in which the task is being performed. Furthermore, team members encourage and support each other on the individual tasks. Conflict management, motivation and confidence building affect management. Teamwork performance generally improves when a team passes through these processes, since processes like these enhance coordination and communication between the team members, and therefore increase teamwork and collaborative work. Overall, teamwork and performance can be enhanced through specific training that targets the individual team members and the team as a whole. A manner in which organizational psychologists measure teamwork is through the knowledge, skills and abilities teamwork test, KSA. The KSA teamwork test was developed by Michael Stevens and Michael Campion in 1994, and it assesses the knowledge, skills and abilities KSA of people wanting to join a team. Specifically, the KSA is a 35-item test that is designed to measure 14 individual KSA requirements for teamwork, especially within formal teams. Since self-managing teams have a need for high levels of teamwork, overall, the KSA is separated into two main categories: the interpersonal KSAs that contain items such as conflict resolution and communication, and the self-management KSAs that include items such as goal setting and task coordination. The fact that the KSA focuses on team-oriented situations and a knowledge of appropriate behaviors instead of personality characteristics makes the test appropriate to assess teamwork and team-specific behavior. Furthermore, it makes it appropriate for organizations to figure out the personal's level of teamwork and ways in which they can improve the teamwork and communication skills. Utilizing teamwork is sometimes unnecessary and can lead to teams not reaching the performance peak. Some of those disadvantages include social loafing. This phenomenon appears when an individual working in a group places less effort than they can towards the task. This can create an inequality between the amount of work other individuals are placing within the team. Therefore, can create conflict and leads to lower levels of performance. Behavior conflicts are ingrained individualism. Employees in higher organizational levels are adapted to their positions at the top that require more individualism, and therefore have trouble engaging in collaborative work. This creates a more competitive environment with a lack of communication and higher levels of conflict. This disadvantage is mostly seen in organizations that utilize teamwork in an extremely hierarchical environment. Individual tasks. Certain tasks do not require teamwork and are more appropriate for individual work. By placing a team to complete an individual task, there can be high levels of conflict between members, which can damage the team's dynamic and weaken the overall performance. Working in teams has also shown to be very beneficial. Some of these advantages include problem solving. A group of people can bring together various perspectives and combine views and opinions to rapidly and effectively solve an issue. Due to the team's culture and each team member has a responsibility to contribute equally and offer their unique perspective on a problem to arrive at the best possible solution. Overall, teamwork can lead to better decisions, products or services. The effectiveness of teamwork depends on the following 6 components of collaboration among team members: communication, coordination, balance of member contributions, mutual support, effort and cohesion. Healthy competition. A healthy competition in groups can be used to motivate individuals and help the team excel. Developing relationships. A team that continues to work together will eventually develop an increased level of bonding. This can help members avoid unnecessary conflicts since they have become well acquainted with each other through teamwork. By building strong relationship between members, team members' satisfaction with their teams increases, therefore improving both teamwork and performance. Individual qualities. Every team member can offer the unique knowledge and ability to help improve the other team members. Through teamwork, the sharing of these qualities will allow team members to be more productive in the future. Motivation. Working collaboratively can lead to increased motivation levels within a team due to increasing accountability for individual performance. When groups are being compared, members tend to become more ambitious to perform better. Providing groups with a comparison standard increases the performance level, thus encouraging members to work collaboratively. Effective teamwork is essential to the success of any business. Note As no man is an island, the positive effects of productive teamwork can energize an entire organization, just as the negative effects of a lack of teamwork can cripple an organization. An essential ingredient in effective teamwork is attracting and keeping the right team members. No matter how hard a group of people try to work together and create an effective team, without the right people for the job, the team will inevitably fail. Whether you are a team leader or a team member, teamwork is important. There are 4 essential components to be for an effective team: positive corporate culture, give recognition, positive feedback, provide new opportunities. By creating an organizational environment rich in creativity, openness and energy, you can expect to attract and keep vital team members that are a major part of the keys to your future. Teamwork orientation, defined as the extent to which members have a positive attitude towards working in a team, is an essential aspect of teamwork. Such an attitude reflects the level of an individual's willingness to work with others in a cooperative manner and his or her commitment to group goals and interpersonal relationships. Team orientation has been found to improve individual effort and performance within a team. The team members exchange propensity to participate in teamwork and cooperate with other teams. Members' individual satisfaction and personal learning. Individuals who are assigned to perform work in teams often begin to work closely with a group of new team members. The group welfare tends to take precedence over the individual welfare, as a sense of cohesion and interdependence is built within the team. Teams characterized by high degree of task interdependence are composed of members who interact closely with each other and share information and other resources on a constant basis to accomplish team tasks. The willingness and ability of team members to work together in a truly cooperative manner concerning the achievement of shared goals is referred to as teamwork orientation. It reflects the extent to which a team member has a positive attitude towards working in a team-based setting, such as eagerness to combine efforts with others, showing empathy and responsiveness in interpersonal relationships, and showing commitment to collective goals. Thus, an employee's willingness to work interdependently rather than in an independent manner may correspond to his or her collectivist orientation. Collectivism reflects a preference for a social and workplace framework in which people expect cooperation, collaboration, and mutual interdependence from others in their groups. Individuals with a high collectivist orientation tend to focus on shared objectives and cooperation. Member collectivist orientation is important for developing work teams that are cooperative and productive. In contrast, individualist values reflect a strong emphasis on the achievement of individualized goals and the importance of individual roles within the work group of the organization. At the workplace, individuals with a low collectivist orientation may be resistant to teamwork. They are characterized by collectivist values. They are likely to show lower trust in co-workers and may be less committed to team members. Thus, it seems probable that individuals characterized by collectivist values will have more of the attitudes that result in readiness to work in team contexts, emphasize mutual interdependence, and advocate group goals and interests. Power distance reflects to the degree to which individuals accept or even expect hierarchical difference in social relationships. The masculinity, femininity different orientation reflects the degree to which individuals value assertiveness, success, and ambition as opposed to compassion, modesty, and empathy. Teamwork orientation has been found to improve many individual outcomes, such as willingness to cooperate with other team members and effort and performance within a team. Teamwork orientation has also been found to facilitate personal learning, acquisition of knowledge, skills, or competencies that contribute to personal development. Such acquisition may be effected through investing effort in team-related tasks, exchanging information and other materials, as well as providing and seeking performance feedback. The effects of team orientation are likely to be bolstered if one experiences value congruence with other team members. Value congruence, which refers to the similarity or correspondence in personal values among individuals, is asserted to promote a common frame of reference that facilitates a smooth flow of information among members by enhancing accuracy and ease of interpersonal communications. Organizations should treat humans as humans and not as machines. Human resource is the main resource, and if this resource is good, other issues can be sorted out easily. Fair treatment, fair compensation, effective utilization of the talents of the employees, proper recognition are a must for teamwork to succeed. People that are egoistic, high-headed, and with a superiority complex, indulgent self-laudation, who are not expendable or flexible, will never be team players. All organizations assess the teamwork quality of the prospective employee at the time of recruitment of requisite manpower. Teamwork is a must for all survival and leadership of organizations. Okay, teamwork is not only a soft skill, it's also a life skill. Debates, discussion on topics like this can go on forever. Anyhow, let me call it a day. We'll meet again real soon. Some of the statements, views expressed are solely mine based on a limited knowledge gained over 6 decades. Always watch these videos with a closed caption for absolute 100% comprehension, as per my sincere recommendation zillion times so far. I know I rushed through to complete the presentation within 20 minutes max, which is now. I had set myself to retain the viewers' attention. I know nowadays I exceed this time limit since I make honest attempts to cover the selected topic more elaborately, including so many intricate fine details, referring a wide variety of sources, in particular Wikipedia quite extensively, besides articles and books published recently. Besides, I add my own salt and pepper and masala based on my personal experiences so far in my life and also intuition. Stay at home as much as possible to maintain social distancing attributed to pandemic, novel COVID-19, and prolong your lifespan. Lead a healthy life. God alone can put a stop to natural and unnatural events, maybe bio-war and cyber-war events like pandemic, which may lead to apocalypse and extinction of all sentient species on earth for no fault of theirs. All the best. Rest in peace and harmony.